Yo, it's Married at First Sight Australia, season 13, episode 30. It's the Homestays, baby. This is when the couples go out into the real world, hometowns and that, link up with family, and it's amazing, man. It's good vibes, but we also got a bit of drama. Of course we do. Let's talk about it.
Married at First Sight Australia, Kylie Minogue, Hugh Jackman, Iggy Azalea. We got singles whose dating life's been a failure. Let's meet them. We got Rachel, we got Steven, we got Elisa, David, Julia. We got Chris and Grace and Juliet, another Chris and Rachel, Gia. We got Becca, Rebecca, Filip and Stella, Brooke, Mella, Luke, Joel. Who else do we got? Steve. Danny and Scott. The drama's a lot, but there's love to be found. Stephanie, Tyson, we holding it down. Bounce, this the recap. Grab a drink, get a savory or a sweet snack, and sit back as we unpack what happened, like back to back. Let's go, bruh.
We pick up with Gia and Scott, and Gia is fuming because of what Scott said to the experts at the commitment ceremony. And it's like, yo, it wasn't that deep, Gia. My man just said he was a little worried that all this drama on the show would follow them into the real world. Understandable. Gia is laying into them though, man, which is kind of proving his point. We check in on Danny and Beck. They're packing their bags, getting ready to go to Adelaide. You know what I'm saying? Beck's ends. We check in on Chris and Sam. They spent the night in separate apartments, y'all, because they had a little argument, okay? Chris was in the wrong, okay? Sam confronted him on it, and Chris shut it down. Super dismissive, you know what I'm saying? So Sam brought it up at the dinner party in front of everybody. And that made things even worse, leaving Chris feeling, super blindsided. It all came out of the commitment ceremony. And when it was decision time, Chris decided to leave, which broke Sam, man. Sam decided to stay. Yo, you know the deal. If one of you decides to stay, both of y'all stay, you know what I'm saying? So here they are, reeling from all that. Chris, he's taking some accountability, okay? He's like, yo, maybe the way I was moving was out of order, and he's willing to put his best foot forward and give the whole thing a chance. Rachel and Stevo are in the Central Coast, kicking it, you know what I'm saying? They're at Stevo's mom's holiday crib. They get onto a boat, you know what I'm saying? Get their fishing on. And yo, look at this. This is the coolest Stevo has ever looked, man. He looks so comfortable. Like my man is in his element, in the zone, baby. Steve loves having Rachel in his world, man. And she's having a blast, getting stuck in, you know what I'm saying? Like grabbing the worms, fishing or whatnot. And yo, you can tell he is feeling her. Yo, for gamers, this would be the equivalent of the girl you're dating grabbing a PlayStation 5 controller and doing up some Mortal Kombat with you, like just like, Later on, they have dinner with Steve's folks, and Rachel's basically letting them know that, hey, after the experiment, it's going to take her around 6 months to say goodbye to her whole life, pack everything up, everything she's known, and she's going to move in with Stevo. She's willing to give up everything for the dude, you know what I'm saying? And Steve's brother's like, hey, she's sacrificing a lot, okay? Stevo lets Rachel know that he really likes her, you know what I'm saying? And if things carry on progressing like this, he can see himself falling in love with her. And they do up a little kiss, you know what I'm saying? A little pash. We check in on Gia and Scott, and they're doing their thing in the Gold Coast at Scott's banging bachelor pad, right? Gia's low-key being a bit of a hater, you know what I'm saying? Because the crib, it's fire, but she's walking around finding things to diss, you know what I'm saying? She's like, oh, it's a bit messy, isn't it? And yo, not really, Gia. It's not. I don't think you've seen how messy and unhinged guys' places can be. At one point, Scott is showing her around and she clocks a pink neck pillow. And she's like, ooh, that's a bit of a red flag, because you told me you haven't had any other women in the crib. He's like, I haven't, okay? That pillow was a gift from one of my homies. I can actually call them up right now and they'll tell you that they got it for me. She's like, whatever, you know what I'm saying? At one point, he points out a plant that was given to him by his uncle before he passed away. And Gia goes, well, your uncle died and so did the plant. And it's just like, bro, the self-sabotaging is real. You know what she reminds me of, man? She reminds me of one of those homies who are uncomfortable with like saying nice things or whatever. So everything they say is like a joke or a roast. You know what I'm saying? We check in on Filip and Stella, okay? They're in Stella's neck of the woods. Stella's homies are trying to figure out where Filip's head's at and whether he's like fully locked in. And Filip's like, yo, Stella is definitely the woman for me. But the whole distance thing, it's a bit of an issue. It's a bit of an issue. Because Stella has said previously that him not moving to Sydney is a deal breaker. Like, she ain't trying to do the whole long distance thing, man. She ain't trying to do it. But for Filip, man, he's got a business back home. He's got a life. It would mean starting from scratch, rebuilding. And to be fair, that's huge stuff. Like, it's big stuff. We check in on Scott and Gia, and they're linking up with Scott's homies on a yacht, baby. Gia probably feels a little bit bad for, being all weird at Scott's crib. So she's making up for it by talking about how committed and locked in she is. She's like, within a month, she'll move down with her daughter. They'll get a bigger crib, have 1 or 2 more kids, do up the whole family thing, make moves, power couple style. Scott gets some alone time with his homies, and they're like, bro, what's going on, okay? He's like, I don't want her to move down in like a month. That's too soon. Like, I haven't even told her I love her yet, gang. Like, I want to say it, but something's like holding me back. His homies are like, bro, watching you with her, you seem shooketh. You are afraid of this chick, bro. You don't seem like yourself. His homegirl Paige is like, you need to stop walking on eggshells and speak your mind. Keep it real with her. And yo, I think the crazy thing with the advice she gives him is Scott knows this, okay? He knows she's right. But I reckon deep down inside, he knows that if he does keep it a buck, if he speaks his mind more often, they are going to argue more often, right? And it's going to show him the truth he's been trying to run away from, which is they are not the power couple they seem to think they are. When they get back to the crib, Scott tries out a bit of that speaking his mind thing. And yo, as expected, it backfires. They argue about her not trusting him with the whole pillow thing. He tells her he avoids talking about certain things because they become arguments. And she's like, I don't know what you're on about. I'm very self-aware. If you told me something, I'd listen. Okay. Yo, that was the episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please give the video a like. If you haven't subscribed, please do. Come join us. One of us. I'll be back with the next joint, fam. Till then, you take care of yourself, 'cause I love you.